That shit. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this stream. uh, that's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? Yes, this is a Tiny Glade stream again. We're going to be doing Tiny Glade again. Isn't that exciting? Yes, it is. We're going to be continuing on the medieval village. Okay, so we're back into Tiny Glade. Let me catch you up to speed on what has happened in the last stream where we're building this city. We've got the city walls over here. I've just kind of created some outlines for the main road. The terrain goes up a little. It's not, like you can see, it's not flat necessarily. Then, okay, so over here, you may have heard it, but now you can see it. This is the church. It's just a standard church. There are some little details. It's got a big entrance. I was kind of inspired by, like, churches you would see in a quaint little French town. I don't know. It's got some church grounds around it, which I guess is nice. There's a little garden, some bushes, and of course, there's the big windows you would see in a church, because it's always got to be a little bit special, you know, to be in the house of God. And yeah, there's just some side entrances, and there's, you know, back building, and there's a clock tower, yada, yada, yada. Basically, it's a church. Okay, then here is the municipality building. It's like this very stately building, I guess you would call it. It's got a little, you know, thing hanging off on the side. I would not know what you would call that. And there's like a little church, like a little garden here in the back, which is obviously very cool. And it's just it's an I guess you could call this an L-shaped building. uh L-shaped. And then over here there's a little street where you have some like living houses, which I think from this angle it looks really cute, the way they all have, like, they're a little, some are a little bigger, some are a little smaller or wider or thinner, and they all are set back like a little differently. They're not flush with each other, so it's like this quaint chaos, if you will. And yeah, this is, I think this was supposed to be some sort of store, like some sort of I don't know what you would call it, where they store the goods, like a place where they would store goods. I guess that's how I would describe that. And this is, I think, like, this is like a restaurant. There's like a terrace over here. This is the terrace. And then, yeah, this is the inside restaurant. And then the kitchen would also be probably somewhere over here, judging by where the, you know, smokestack, the chimney, that's the word, chimney. I'm sorry, English is not my first language, okay? The chimney. So I guess that's also where kind of the kitchen would be. But yeah, I think I changed the time of day just for the thumbnail. So let me go back to normal time. Look how green everything is. I think this is a spring world. But yeah, so we are gonna continue on this. So yeah. The idea is kind of like we just build out around here, and then maybe like some farmland over in this area, general area. But yeah, the idea is not like the idea is, let me say that again because I kind of got stuck in my sentence. The idea is basically that it would just continue beyond what you see over here, but it's just the world size is too small, and I'm just trying to create something like a part of a medieval town, because usually they're a little bit bigger than what I have over here. So I'm just creating like this, like most of the important stuff, yeah, you would see in a medieval city would be here. But yeah, basically just continuing that. I have little roads over here, but let's see, we worked on the town square and the buildings surrounding that last time, which looks really nice from up here. But I think I would want to continue around the church this time, because usually close to a church there is, what's the word in English? Hang on. Let me look this up real quickly. It's like a monastery. Or convent. A convent is probably the more used English word. A convent. So I want to have a building for a convent. Close to the church. Because they're usually close to the church. Which makes sense. So I just gotta figure out where would I want this convent. Usually, actually, this is a fun fact. Usually, medieval cities were built around churches and specifically convents, because the nuns would give shelter for traveling pilgrims, or just in general, just traveling people. So a city would develop around a convent because a lot of people would be able to settle there because of the nuns in the convent would be, well, supplying them with shelter or safety, basically. So those were really important buildings in medieval cities, and I kind of want to, you know, also have that in this city. Kind of that idea, like the city was started around the convent. Which sounds a bit weird to say, but convents usually are not in the city center itself. But I'm thinking maybe more like over here, to the back, towards the back of the church. I think would be a little bit more of, like, it's still like close to the city center, obviously, because the city center develops close to the convent. But it would still be kind of like in a more quieter area, because the church would probably keep some grounds occupied. So nothing much crazy would be built. Anyway, I'm just yapping at this point. Let me just hang on. I'll probably want a path like this. But I have some dirt paths over there. So let's see. I think I want I don't know how I'm gonna connect it up to the road just yet. But, you know, that's fine. We'll see. A convent is usually a pretty big building, I'd say. I'd say like over here in the corner is a good place for a convent. Whoops. That was not my intention. Yeah, they're usually pretty big buildings. Sometimes they're even bigger than the church itself. So like, for example, where I grew up, there was a convent that was, the building for the convent was bigger than our church, let's just say. So that's kind of my inspiration for this, I guess, is the convent I used to see when I grew up. So let's see, it wouldn't have like a very tall roof. I don't think that would make sense, but it would definitely be tall. I think 4 stories, I think, is maybe too much, but 3 stories definitely. There's definitely, but I also got to think about like the scaling. So if it's gotta be like this tall, I definitely got to change the color scheme. Let's see. That's, I think, too dark. This is a little darker, but I definitely want to keep, like, I want to keep it sort of light. I don't want to have the whole thing be that, the whole city be dark. But this would definitely be a darker, grittier building, because it's not, you know, it's a convent. It's not meant to look nice, unlike the church, which is meant to somewhat look nice, I guess. Yes, and then a darker, green roof. So let's see. Oh, I have an idea how I could connect this. I have a beautiful idea how I could connect this. If I connect this over here, let's see. Does that connect? Almost. Hang on. Here, that they're built up against each other. I kind of like that. But this building is a little too fat for my liking. So something like this. Can I... How would it look if I make it... Oh, I cannot make it much longer. But that looks good. That does look good. It's about what I would expect, I guess. So yeah, basically... like the convent I grew up in, it had a bunch of tiny windows. I'm not actually sure if they were round or rectangular, but I don't think it really matters. I think it's just the vibe I want for. And I think these narrow windows really do give off the vibe of like, we want to see narrow, we don't want to see a lot, it's narrow. So basically just giving off that vibe of we are a closed community. Wow, I am in a yapping mood tonight. Jeez, I usually never yap this much on stream. Maybe it's just because I've just started streaming and I'm full of energy, but let me tell you, this is not normal behavior for me. I don't know what's gotten into me, to be honest. Let's see. Do I want them, like, more or less frequent? Because I feel like, let's see. Is this a little too much? I think they're just too far away. Hang on. I think they're just too far away from the edges of the building. So something like this. Like usually they are like, there is a lot of windows because there's more people living in a convent than you would expect maybe. I don't know. I don't actually know how many people are on average living in one convent. It's not a statistic I have in my memory. Yeah, that kind of looks like what I wanted to go for. As if there's like a hallway and it just needs some light in, but you can't really see much from these windows. Like nothing, basically. Which is kind of the point. No, not much connection to the outside world. We definitely have like some sort of square door. Oh, that door is big. Did I place the windows too low? I might have. Yeah, I think they would have a bigger sort of door like this. About, yeah, that's fun. With the little thing with the baked goods. Obviously, a convent produces some stuff. They don't just worship God all day, they also do work. So let's see. How high up? I think that's like pretty good. I'd say. Okay, these windows are not entirely they're not on the same height. So let me go ahead and try to fix that. Nah, that's about on the same height. Yeah. That's good, I'd say. And then do I want square windows on the bottom or like hang on. That feels too homely for a convent. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Convents typically are not supposed to feel very homely. Let's see. I can do more of these, like in between the ones that are on top, on the second floor. Ooh, a little hay bale. That's cute. I like that little hay bale as detailing. Let's see. Oh, you can now also remove some of the detailing that is around. Look, you can link it or unlink it. Oh, that's cool. That's a new feature that you can link and unlink the environmental stuff, I guess. The environmental decoration, that's the word. Okay, let me make a little dirt path that goes from here over to the front door. Look! Now this is a cute corner, don't you think? I don't like the windows though. I do not like the windows. I gotta think about it. Because I'm just kind of Yeah. I could do the square windows, I guess. But then I'm wondering, I don't know. How would that look? Not too terrible, actually. I think that's quite good. All right. So then we have, I guess, 2 floors. No, we need a 3rd floor, obviously. But I don't know how would we decorate the outside on the 3rd floor? Also, obviously we need some lights over here. Why are there no lights? Like a little light on the side of the doors to the church. Wouldn't make sense, right? To have some lights over here. Yeah. I gotta make it symmetrical. That's the one gripe about this game. You cannot, like, nothing latches onto something else. So you cannot, like, have something be perfectly symmetrical with something else. Because there's just no auto-align. So I think that's something they could improve on this game, to be honest. So if on a very off chance that a dev for Tiny Glade is watching, that's feedback. That's constructive feedback. Anyway, I think two is too much. I think just that one window over there is pretty nice. I do think that. Right. What do I do up here? Do I do more square or? I do like the if. Ooh. I have an amazing idea. What if I just continue the narrow windows up here? That looks creepy and I love it. That's the kind of creepy it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's definitely kind of what I want to go for. We also need, like, I think an in-yard. And I think I want more buildings. Definitely. So before I do the back or the sides, let me just say, oh, there is some snapping over on the buildings. Wait, I already knew this. I do kind of want to see, like, where do I want to place more buildings? Like, how do I want the shape of this building to be, basically? I think I want something. Oh, look, there's a little bird nest. Mwah. Little birdie laid its nest. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Let's see. Okay. I think I want a smaller. Ooh, wait. Yes. What if we have a little, you know, what would you call it? I think you would call it like a patio, but I don't know. I think that's quite nice that they have a little place to sit outside. Is this in line with where I have the 2nd floor? I think a little bit higher. And I've definitely got to move this inward so you don't see the walls over there. Like that. Yes. Like that. Is that good? A little higher, I feel like. Like about here. Yeah, this. Yeah, that. This, that. Maybe I can. What if I just incorporate it into here. No, that definitely feels wrong. That you can just walk onto the roof without any hesitation whatsoever. Let's see, how far do I want to integrate this to the roof? Far enough that it's flush with the other wall. Like this. Ooh, yes. Yes, that's perfect. Okay. Do I want to make this any bigger? Nah, not really. Not really. I think that's, like, in shape, that is good. It just kind of connects to that. Now, I think I want... do I want, like, around? Oh, I have an amazing idea. I have an amazing idea. I'm full of amazing ideas today. That's interesting, but it's not the thing I wanted to do. Always a possibility, though. No. Like, what if we have, like, a longer building stretching out over here, and then at the end, like, it's sort of like a hallway building, and then at the end, there's, like, a tower. But what would the tower have as function? Honestly, no idea. I don't know. It's just a cool idea that popped into my head. Nothing more, nothing less, I guess. So yeah. Let's see. I gotta make it flush. That's pretty flush. Let's see. If I do this. Ooh, I do like that. I do like that. Okay. And I'll just have something like this, I'd say is good. And the height, I think the width has definitely got to be smaller. Something more like this. Yeah. Then taller or less tall? I'd say less tall. Something like, let's say, does that work? Like it, I think I just wanted to have one, I guess, one floor and not much more. So I'd say something like, yeah, that's good. And then at the end, there would be a tower. Well, not raised. I think, I don't know how that is structurally sound. But like this, into the ground. And then maybe a little bit of a smaller circumference. Yeah, something like that. Then, yeah. Or what if I make it... I feel like that's too small. This feels kind of fun, though. Hang on. If I place this in the middle. Not bad. But I just feel like... I don't know. It looks a little weird over here, the way it met. I can make it, like, of course, bigger so it kind of, like, fits. But then I feel like it's just too there. It's too much. See, these are the hard things, chat, because what's the correct size? I think this is the correct size. But then you get hard questions like, I don't know, what's too big and what's too small? I do like this height. Yeah. Height is good. Do we give it a... No, that feels like too much of a farm vibe. I definitely want it to curve inwards a little more. Yeah, that's cute, I'd say. This is a cute little building. It's a cute little convent building. And then there would be, let's see, where do I do the fences? Fences. Okay. So I'd want, basically I think I'd want the yard for the convent to go like from here maybe? Or do I just want a rectangular space that goes out from here? Let's see. Something like this, perchance. This is kind of square, which is not necessarily bad. But does that fit with how big the convent is? I feel like they'd have a little more space. So I feel like this is not enough space, as weird as that sounds, because that was already a pretty big area. I'd say like, yeah, out here, like this all. And then you can imagine like maybe it would continue a little ways. It does feel like, yeah, the space a church would own. About, or maybe I'll just close it off over here. It's a good idea to close it off. Hang on, I can do that. Because I don't like that it just continues and that you have to interpret like, oh, does it continue forever? Because then it feels kind of like it gets too big, mentally at least. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to also make it mentally work. I don't know, man. I'm also just living on this earth trying to survive. Look at this. Yes, that's cute. There's like a little, like the field in the middle of a city. I love that. Now, of course, we also got to decorate that. But we also got to decorate this building. So that might also be a good idea to do. Let's see. Oh, chimney, of course. It's a big building, so it's gotta have a chimney. It's gotta have warmth. Because otherwise it would just not be comfortable to live there, I guess. Yes, no. Huh. You know what I liked? I like this idea. Where it's kind of going into the second floor. It's not bad. That's not bad. That's about all I can say about that, I guess. Sure. I mean, I can make it taller or less tall. Let's see. Yeah, what about the height? I don't think the Covenant would have a tall chimney to signify its wealth. That was actually a thing. I think they did that like around the industrial age. There was like a time where like, you know, you had like the, like I guess the sort of, what would you call it? I guess a competition in Italy where you had to have the highest church tower, so they kept adding stuff and like to make it tall and like adding a little spike, and so it would be a meter taller or something. And something similar I think happened with chimneys, like around the Industrial Revolution, I think, in industrial cities, where the taller the chimney, the more wealth you had. I don't know, I guess people just like signifying their wealth or how their social status by making something tall. No idea. It kind of baffles me. But yeah, I think a petite chimney would fit. One that doesn't like immediately isn't immediately obvious, I guess. And of course the chimney is a little dirty, so let's give it a little bit of a darker stone color. While we're at it, might as well look at what colors would I give this? Like maybe I'll give this a plaster color. That would be fun actually, because then it like breaks up, otherwise it's all just stone, and then it breaks up a little, because it would make sense that this is like, I guess, of less build quality, because it's not, you know, it's just like, I think this would be like, because of course they farm some stuff on this land, right? So maybe they would store some stuff in this, maybe this would be like some sort of silo. And if we're talking about a silo, there needs to be some air holes, air vents up here, so the warm air can escape, so it stays kind of cool. That's like the principle of a silo, which is why it's tall. I think. I hope I'm not spreading misinformation with that. Don't take my statements as facts, please. And if you do, sorry. I don't know everything. Anyway. Okay, let's see. There definitely needs to be an entrance to the silo. I think not with this, but I think just a normal door. Yeah, something like this would be fine. Yes, perfect. Okay. And then I'd have these types of windows over to the silo. Oh, you're getting an ad. Well, unless you're subscribed, then you don't get ads, I guess. So if you're getting an ad, you just see what I'm doing on the side, but you cannot hear me. Which is sad, because I have such a beautiful voice. No. I don't know why people watch my streams. But, oh well. This? No, what I want is a big door. No, I just want this. This is good enough. I think over here, or no, this is a little. Oh, I like the little bell. I like that. Yes, I do. A door to the garden over here. Yes. And I think I want some doors. No, not doors. Windows. Double windows, but only the ones with the blinds. I don't want this type, because it doesn't have the wooden blinds, which are very, very iconic, and I like them. Ooh, a little washing line. Yes. Yes. Tiny Glade gets it. Tiny Glade gets it so hard. Basically, this would be the side where, like, I guess, the nuns do come outside, so you wouldn't want too many people here, I guess. You wouldn't want it to get too busy. So you can close the blinds, so you don't see too much of the nuns, and they don't get disturbed too much. Look, a little drying line for the clothes. The clothesline. Okay. Ooh, I like that. I like that little the food. It's food, which is very nice. I also like the little bench though. That's also kind of nice. Like that. The first floor has square windows, I guess, is the main takeaway from this. Okay. Then we just need to copy what we did over here on the second floor. I guess we just do... Let's see. Not necessarily symmetrical. I need to move them upwards. And then one more cheeky little window over here. Look. Okay, that's nice. Okay. And then... Wait, how did I do that over here? Oh, they were just in the same position again. Okay. How high was that? It was a little bit, not too far above. Like about here. And then here there can be windows going all the way till here. Yeah. Yes. All right. Let's see. What kind of door do I want? Do I want this type of door? That would kind of fit, I think. Bring that over here. This one's got to come back a little more. Yes. Okay. And I think we just have some narrow windows. Why is there bread here? Not entirely sure why there's a bread decoration. That one is cuter, the little plant pot. They're a little bit higher than the other windows, but maybe you can just explain that away with there being some height differences within the building. I don't know. I don't know actually why it's that high, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can red. This seems better. Yes, this seems more realistic. Definitely more realistic. But the little flower is now gone. Oh, it's back. Great. I was gonna miss the flower because it was that cute. This is better, yeah. Look, we have a convent. That's fun, isn't it? Ooh, and then we could have a little... Ooh, I know something. We can have a little latch to, I guess, a little sort of attic space over here. And then we could have... Aren't these a little high? But they're also kind of good. I think if we just put 3 of these over here, it would be enough. Yes. I mean, it kind of looks like a sort of window. It's not. It's there's no glass, but it's different. It's a different kind of fun. I mean, it has a flat roof, so obviously it would also kind of hot. So you would want warmth to escape. Oh, no. I didn't want to enhance it. It's not what I wanted to do. Fun times. Fun times with kids. Ooh, and they're drying a cloth. A cloth used in the kitchen, perhaps. Look at this. Okay, let's see. What kind of details can I add? Ooh, maybe I'll add some water. A water pond. That would be kind of cute. Let's add a couple of lights around here. Because it's in desperate need. Can be a lonely little light. Above the door? I don't think they would do it above the door. I think they would do it beside the door. Like that. Yes, that's very cute. And I don't think anywhere else it really would need some lights. Hello, Sunny. Welcome to the chat. Maybe a little... Ooh. A little lantern over here by the door? I mean, maybe a little standing lantern next to the latch. Ooh, yes. Oh, no, I wanted to place... Where did I... Lights. I needed to place the lights. Lights. Light could be a dream. Shaboom, if I could take you up to paradise. That's a stupid okay. I guess that makes things kind of cute. Yes. Okay, now we need to, I guess, figure out what the heck we want to do over here. Let's see. I think remove the path over here, as it's messing with the fence. We can definitely add a path that runs along the fence. Let's see. That's too big. The sounds are adorable, Sunny. You notice them. You appreciate them. That's amazing. They are so vibey, I guess. Is the only word I would know how to describe them. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, that sound scared me. I don't know why. Sure. That's good. Little path along there. And then we need... Would I make a little entrance from here? No, I don't think I would. Doesn't seem like something they would do. Doesn't seem like something they would do in this combat. I don't think they want people walking into their garden. Honestly, if I had a garden, I wouldn't want strangers to walk in there either. So, can't blame them, honestly. Let's see. I think I'll definitely want a little... I want like some pathways, like where people walk a lot of the time, you know? So I definitely want like some sort of path over here by the door. I feel like this is too big of a path though. It's still too... I gotta set it to the smallest setting, I think. Let's see. Like, I've definitely got to have... I think there would just be, like... Oh, I have an idea. It would, like, twist a little this way. I shouldn't have moved my camera. Something like this, yes. It just goes around a little. There's still a lot of grass, but I can fix that. Then it would go around here, and it would end up over here. Okay, now I just gotta fix up the patches where there's a lot of grass blocking the path. Because we cannot have grass on our path. I mean, it wouldn't be very practical. It's just to say that. There's still some grass. That's fine. That grass is fine. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Yes. Oh, there's this tiny little path running through there. Flower garden. I love a flower garden. Especially the way they look like here. I think I definitely want to keep some grass. Hang on. What does it look like if I put water in? Oh. Right. Elevation changes. You cannot... I think you cannot elevation change the water. No. They have not changed that since then. That's a little sad. Look! There's the little ducks in the water. Oh, but I cannot have water over here. Since it's the terrain is too high. And if I add water, you can see it becomes kind of deep. What I could do is have like a little moat, I guess, sort of. Or somewhat. Like, ooh, yeah. Like, hang on. Like running from here through here. And all the way out of the city. Oh. Huh. That is cute. A little bit. Let's have a little moat. But then it no. It would be man-made. Yes, of course it would be man-made. Because this is definitely, you would not, like in the Middle Ages, you would not build across a little river. I mean, it happened, but it was not something, I mean, I guess that is kind of, what am I saying? That is kind of Middle Ages activity to just build across a tiny little river and then later find out that it floods your whole city. So you have to bring it back. Those are things that kind of happened sometimes. Not all of the time, though. Or sometimes it was done properly. No, I feel like the elevation changes is just too much. It just kind of feels weird. Alright, then. We can plant some trees, though. Always love a good tree. Let's see. I don't like that tree. That tree is... I don't like the shape of these two trees. I still don't like the shape of this tree. Yes, that is cute. Okay. Yes. Okay. Then we have some trees. I want a flower garden, but where do I want the flower garden? Does it? It does not replace. It does not replace the tree. Oh my goodness, we can have it around the tree. Flower garden. I'd say, hang on, let's look at it from a distance. I'd say somewhere near the back, actually. I'd say like over here. Oh, the sounds are so magical when you make a flower garden. Oh. Oh, and look, bushy. If you do it twice, it gets bushy. Oh, that's just perfect. Hong. But then would I think that's... Is that good? I think I want something also... Maybe over here? Or maybe not. But maybe something smaller. I do want something smaller. Yeah. Yeah. Like if we do it over here. It's not bad. What does it look like without and with? Oh, that keybind does not work. Okay. I mean, I do like that. I do like that. Yes. All right. Is there anything, any other detail I can add? I don't think so. Not really. And I can add flags, but it wouldn't make sense for, I guess, a convent to be carrying flags, as they're solely dedicated to God, I guess. Yeah. Then that's kind of, I guess, the convent done. All right. So, okay. Chat, I have been called. I've been called for a random Thomas the Tank Engine fact by Sunny. Let me dig in my memory. I have a fact. Every like the intro sequence to the original like model show was like it had like all these title cards, and there was like a narrator card, like who narrated the episodes. Like originally it was Ringo Starr, and then in the US you got George Carlin, both well-known figures. But then like when you got to the 5th season of the show, the intro sequence did not have any narrator card, at least in the UK. In the US it did, but in the UK it didn't. So it just said nothing. So you wouldn't, when you start an episode, you wouldn't know who the narrator was. Well, until you heard the narrator, basically until the episode started. But the reason for that is because at the same time, because at that time when the 5th series was being produced, Thomas was licensed to air in the UK on Cartoon Network, and they also helped financing like the production of the 5th series. And it was also licensed to air on Cartoon Network in the Netherlands. And for the Netherlands, the way they dubbed the show was that they would keep all the title cards English except the narrator card, which would be changed to the Dutch narrator card. So they needed specific masters for the Dutch dub with no narrator card, no English narrator card. And for some reason, because it was also like made for Cartoon Network at the time, they made the same masters for Cartoon Network UK as they did for Cartoon Network Netherlands. So that means they had no English narrator card, which basically meant the Dutch dub of the show, which was not a very popular dub at the time even, it didn't get a lot of viewers, was the sole reason that the UK dub did not have narrator cards. And they never fixed it to add a narrator card either. So I guess that's my random Thomas the Tank Engine fact for today. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that fact. Let's get back into Tiny Glade. We have the convent done now, so I guess this here is done. I still have some space over here. What do we do with this space? I guess you can do a little building. Why not? Sunny says there sure is some specific info in this world, huh? Yep. I have very specific knowledge, Sonny. I mean, you redeemed it, so you knew there was some very specific information coming your way. Let's see. If we do a little bit of a... what if we do a little bit of a long building over here? That kind of, I guess, matches up with this street. Yeah. Let's see, how big do I want it? Let's see. Ooh, yes, yes. But then I want it... The stream is just humming. Maybe something like this. Oh, yes. I do like that. I mean, I do kind of follow that. It's kind of like the Dutch building style, if you said like the buildings along the Amsterdam canals. But it's kind of been, I guess, it's been Mediterraneanified. I guess that's kind of what it is. Actually, I don't think I have like a, let's see, what would you call an English? A back house. Achterhuis. You know, like what, yeah. A back house. So I think that might be a fun idea for this house. Right as a, you know, the front house and the back house. Oof. What the heck? Let's see, so black house would be something like this. I think we could go out this way. And then I guess flush with that, maybe? Yeah. And roof. A little bit taller. Can be a little bit on the taller side. No, yeah. Would be a little bit bigger. But it can be, I guess, a little slimmer, maybe? But that looks kind of weird. Yes, I do like those proportions, however. Okay, let's see about the colors. I don't want it to be these colors, namely. Ooh. What about a very run-down building, though? I do like that aesthetic. Where you can see the bricks coming through. It's definitely not being upkept very well, is it? Is it, John? These things make musical notes when you play over them, when you hover over them. That's so fun. What about the gold? Yes. Gold is not a color I've used a lot yet. I've used it over here on this building, but that's about it. I'd say we can do some more gold. More gold on the building. Alright. I'd say have no entrance over here, but have the entrance to the building, actually. Through a little stone path. Over here. Now that's cuteness overload. Maybe just a little fence. I mean, gotta protect, you know, your real estate, you know? Protecting the real estate. That is, oh, I love that. It seems this is such a small little corner, you know, just a corner you can hide in. That's amazing. I don't know, I guess today I'm just in one of those moods where just everything is amazing. I don't know. Ugh, that's a big tree. Okay, I guess not everything is amazing. But this little corner is amazing. If I can find the right tree. Oh, that's even bigger. Jeez, that's bigger than the house. No, that's way out of proportion. That's more in proportion. It's just too wide. I'm not sure if I would get the right tree for this area. Ooh, yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. Ooh. That's cute. I like that. Look, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with this village. Okay, so then we'd have a door over here. That is the exact kind of tree one could sit under and read for hours. Yes, I agree, Sunny. That is exactly what it is. Yes, that's exactly like when I am done with, you know, when I am old, I just want to have a house somewhere in the woods on a hill, and I would just want to have a little garden, a little backyard with one of those trees where you can just sit under and read. One of those old, and I want an old tree. I don't want, I want something that has some sort of, you know, history. A tree that has survived storms, that has withstood the elements, the test of time. I don't know. That would be something that I want when I'm old. I mean, I also want it right now, but I mean, I'm young. So I also want to go explore the world. Somewhat, I guess. Yeah, some little windows. Oh, we're getting sentimental over here. Let's see. Yes, this is good. Ooh, just have one big window over here. Yes, I can't wait to be retired old and live cozily. Sunny, you know what we should do when we're old? We should just buy a farmhouse together with some land around it, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and just live where no one lives, I guess. That's what we should do. Let's see. Do I also want something like that over here? Just some square windows? Ooh, maybe. Yeah. I see that and I think no. Simple SMP Residence Retired Edition. Yeah. We're the retired edition of the Simple SMP Residence. Oh, I'd love that. I would love that. Oh, that would be so fun. There would be so many shenanigans in that house. Like, it would not be a functional house. Like, say we have a leakage, would not get fixed. But we'd have some funny conversations and things happening around the house, though. That's for sure. Let's see. I think a single window over here, that's a little too high. Over here, yes, that seems about right. That seems very right. A little more to the middle. That's good. Let's add a little air hole so the building can escape. its warmth. Exude its warmth. Because of course a building gets hot during the day when the sun is staring at it. Or when Sunny is staring at it. Okay, I'm not gonna add any detailing on this side because basically I think there would be more buildings over here, so it wouldn't make much sense. But what I can add, Sunny's like, no, like it's generally one of my biggest goals should just be old and have a cozy home in the middle of nowhere and be surrounded by trinkets and friends and cats and forests and nature. Exactly, that's the dream. That's the dream. That's the dream, old life. There's a little pigeon. Oh, look, the pigeon over here sitting on the roof. This game is full of cute little details. I do get it, Sunny. I do get it. I do get it. It's a little face. Look, these are the eyes and this is its mouth. It's screaming. I love that. It's a little face. It's a little cutie face. It's a little kitty cutie face. It's my face. I made it. So it's kitty face. Yeah. And then some windows over here. It's like those Mana Mana Muppets. Wait. What's a Mana Mana Muppet? Am I missing something? I don't know what that is. Windows over here? No, I don't think so. Oh, another little flower pot? Count me in. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Like the Muppets that sing the Mana Mana. Dude. I still, Sunny, I'm sorry, I still don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I'm just uncultured, but this is not something I remember ever encountering. A Mana Mana doll. Let's see. Do I want that to be at the same level? I guess. I can also have this a little bit higher. So you get the same design principle, I guess. And then there would be kind of a height difference. Which sometimes there is between the front and the back house. So then it would, I guess, kind of be fun. Look, there's somewhat of a symmetry, but also no symmetry. Which is the best kind of symmetry. And then little, yes, little round windows appear. Little round windows. Perchance we'll have a small round window on our house. And perchance we will not. Life is uncertain and so is our house. What am I saying? I don't know. Oh, this is another great way to check if they are in line, actually. Yeah. This is kind of a stately home, not gonna lie. It's pretty big. It's very big, actually, if you compare it with, like, this house or that house. Very big. Wait, what's up there on the roof? Oh, there's a little flower bed. Little flower bed. Okay. Do I add these on the other side? I could. I probably should. Yeah. Probably should add the windows also on the other side. At least the windows. I sent a picture on Discord because the resemblance is truly uncanny. I am gonna take a look at that when I put these in. And then if it's funny, I might show it to chat. Okay. They're not height symmetrical, but I don't care. You're not gonna see it that much anyway. I think it's fine. Okay, let me see what those Muppets you're talking about looks like. These pink fellas. The guy sings mana mana and the pink guy sing do 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 do. Alright, chat. This is what Sunny sent me. Do you actually see that? Yeah, you do. This is what Sunny sends me. This image. My house in Tiny Glade. This face over here represents, oh, whoops. Represents that purple thing. I don't see the resemblance, Sunny. I'm sorry. What? Oh, I see it now. I see it. I hate that. I'm just gonna ignore this building now. I hate that. Right. We now have like a quarter of all the real estate over here, I guess. Filled in. So the left one's face. Wait, what? I need to zoom in on the left one's face. Yeah, I do see it now, Sunny. Because they have that, I don't know, that big black hole in there. That is supposed to be their mouth. Interesting. Alright, well, let's see. Where do we want to continue next? We've done everything over here, so I'm kind of thinking, what now? This is a cute little corner, and we can continue on the town square. But I mean, it's just going to be more of these types of buildings. Let's see, what else would a medieval village most likely have? It would have shops, it would have a town square, the municipality building, a church, a convent, a theater. It would have a theater. Let me look up, what did a medieval theater look like? And no, I don't want to make the famous one in London, where Shakespeare did his plays, because that's kind of cliche. Let me look up on Google, medieval theater. Let's see. Oh, there were driving circuses. That's interesting. A driving theater. A theater on wheels. Was that was common in the Middle Ages, apparently. Hang on. I'm gonna just, let's see, can I put this on here? Can I put, no, I cannot put an image on here. Can I drag and drop it? No. That sucks. Then I need to download it. I don't like downloading images. Can I put a, no, it's not. It's, why is it, oh, I saved the wrong thing. Whoops, that's my fault. Can still not drag and drop it. What? How? Okay, OBS, I think just dislikes me, I guess. Can I not? I cannot. Hang on. Can I? Image. Okay. Sure. Okay, that's That's, I guess, the inspiration. Like, that's what they did in the Middle Ages for theater. They just drove around the entire, like, stage on wheels, on a cart, driven by horses. That's insane, right? That they did that. Anyway, let me get that out of the screen. Because I don't need that. Insane that they did that. Well. Interesting. Yay, horse inventions. Sunny, you are well and truly horse obsessed. It is quite worrying sometimes. Right. Let's see. What to do? I was thinking about the theater, but apparently that was done on horses on a driving theater, and I really wouldn't know how to replicate that in Tiny Glade. So, what to do then? I guess just continue in the town square, and I guess I'll need to think of more inspiration. Sheep. It's a sheep. It's carrying a bird. The sheep is carrying a bird on its head. That's... Oh, the bird flew away. But it was so... That was cute. The sheep are very cute, by the way. Like, you should... Like, they keep turning away from the camera. I don't know. I think that's just programmed. But their faces are so cute when you pet them. Look, it goes up and their eyes go low. Oh, scrunchy. Oh, they are so happy to be pet. A little Baba. Exactly, Sunny. Oh, it's so cute. You're so cute. You're such a cute sheep. Oh, I love you. I love you, Mr. Sheep. Yeah, I will love you forever. Oh. Oh. Anyway, distraction aside, continuing. I'm wondering about these stairs, though. Because this is a new feature. And I'm like... You could make a fun little bridge with that. And now I'm thinking... A bridge. Like... Oh, I have an idea. I have an amazing idea. What if we... I mean, I don't know if it's amazing, but I have an idea. Building a bridge over here. And then going down to the path. I mean, it ain't terrible. Oh. What? Can I not change its... Huh? Hang on. I just wanted to change how low it goes. I guess that's not an option. Oh, you can even make it funky stairs. Huh. I mean, making it... Oh, no. Oh, you can also make an aqueduct with this. Oh my goodness, I definitely want an aqueduct running into the city now. You can make some sort of aqueduct structure with this. Oh. And then we could, like... Then it would be kind of inferred that this used to be once a Roman city, because the Romans built aqueducts. Yeah. I love that idea. I do love that idea. Maybe we'll do that on this stream. But I don't know where the aqueduct would connect to. To a water tower, of course. It would connect to a water tower. Aqueducts are so cool. Like, Romans were so advanced. Like, were such an advanced civilization for their time. Stuff like that is always so cool about history. Something like this. It's a little wonky. That's better. Yes. Wait, you can even... Oh, you can split it. So you can determine where you want the arch to be. Oh, that's so fun. This is a good feature they added. Can I add... A simple question. Can I add walls onto this? Or do I need to do that with this? Oh, I love that. This is also good. These are all good. But this, with the wood, chef's kiss. Let's see. What color do I want the wood to be? Ooh, that dark color speaks to me. This does oh, I love that. That's so fun. A bridge when you get to the market. Oh, yes. A bridge to take you across the busy road. Obviously, because this is the main road. And maybe you want to get across, of course. It's a medieval building, so... Or structure. So, at some point in its lifetime, it's not going to be, like, they're not going to take care of it. People are just going to walk across it and never going to look after it again. That's usually how things went in medieval cities. And then, like, it would break down and some people would die. Which is usually how things went in the Middle Ages in cities with infrastructure. So I guess this would kind of, at some point, probably break down. But that's not our problem. That's just lore. Sunny says, yay, death mansion. Sure, Sunny. You can have a death mansion. Anyway, just a little bridge, I guess. Do I want this to connect up to the church? I mean, it already connects up to the church through this entrance. But do I want it to connect to the main entrance? Not necessarily. I think I just want this to go across for, like, maybe businesses or something. I don't know. I think it looks kind of fun. There's no other reason for this to be here than just it looks kind of fun. Wait, oh, you can make it wider. I can make it as wide as the path. Oh. There's so much good stuff here. Like, it gets wider and then it gets smaller. I do like that. I do like that. That it gets smaller and then wider at the end. I do kind of like that. But it can be a little wider. So it's not as obvious, I guess. Yes. Yes. That is very fun. That's a very fun bridge. I'd say. Alright. Bridge done. Aqueduct. I mean, these stairs are so versatile. You can do so much with them. But where would I want the water tower? I think... Hang on. I gotta do a little research on aqueducts. Oh, where... Hang on. Where were aqueducts usually built? That's my question. Let's see. They were from the Middle East, ancient Egypt, purpose and location. The primary source like springs, rivers, the urban centers that had insufficient local water supplies. Roman aqueducts were built across the entire empire. It doesn't say anything. The aqueduct water supply. In ancient Greece, they were also used there. Okay. The question I have basically is, did aqueducts run like parallel to the pass, or did they not? I think that wouldn't, because the springs were usually not like basically en route of the path to like another city, like the big trade routes. So I'm guessing it wouldn't. So I guess I can just choose wherever I want to build this aqueduct. So let's see. Where would I want? You have a little umbrella? Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Let's see, which side would make... I think this side would make more sense, because this is the older side of the city. So then I guess we would go in from here. And then it would like go across here. And I think it would be fun to have it like go a little through the city. Oh. Oh. Okay, does it ever go down? Oh, I think it needs to connect to a path if you want it to go down. I don't know. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't know. Okay. Well, at least I'm done with it now. Not really, but no. Let's see. I kind of wanted to... It goes down, of course, a little bit. Like aqueducts, they had a little bit... They had elevation change, so they went down ever so slightly. Oh, when it gets too steep, it becomes a ladder. Okay, that's fun. That is very fun. Okay, so there's a little bit of elevation change. Is it too much, though? This is good. This is good. Let's see. And there's a little elevation change. Then it slowly goes down, I guess. Hang on. This needs to be lower. And then let's see. I think let me build the water tower, actually. Let me build a big water tower for this. Would it be a big city? I don't actually know. Let's see. Over here. Close to the convent. Most likely. Let me build it in the corner of my map. Just because that's, I guess, the nicest. And then it would be probably a pretty tall thing, too. I mean, it would probably be dug down into the ground. But would it be much? I don't think it would be much taller than however tall the aqueduct runs through at. So I think basically something like this. And I'm not even sure if it would have like a pointed roof. I mean, it was probably the easiest to build back then, a pointed roof, because it just used wood, whereas the other uses stone, which is much harder to keep upright than, you know, lightweight slate. So yeah, I think something like that. I just got to change the colors because I don't like the plaster kind of vibe. Something like this is nice, and then a different color roof. That's a very bright color. This is nice, I guess. It's very dark, but it's not colorful. But, you know, it doesn't necessarily need to be. I think I have got to change, like, the style of this to be... let's see. I think they weren't too big because there wasn't too much water running down. So I don't think... I think something... Yeah, something like this is good. Don't think those ledges were too big. So yeah. Let's have this run into here. And I think it should... Oh. It's, it should be a little lower, I think. Oh, I cannot. Ah. Oh, I can. Hang on. This may work. It doesn't need to go down that low. I just want a slight elevation change, just like... Now it goes up a little, I think. Which is also not ideal. Like that, yeah, there's slight elevation change. And it's just running down to this big water basin, I guess. Let's see. We need a little hole here, I guess. But it's too small. How do I do that? How do I do that? It wants to make a... It's not good. It's not good. I don't know. I guess I'll leave it like this. I guess. Oh, if you would have a door, it would probably over here. Like, you wouldn't have a door going straight into the water. Is what I'm getting at. So I think having a staircase go from here to over here. Oh, you can even have a little ledge. I love that. I love that. Oh. And then you could walk. Oh. Oh, I love that. That is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that is amazing. Like having the stairs over here and then it goes up here and then you can... Oh, that is perfect. And, oh, you can even make it... Yeah, of course you can make it wider. I already actually knew that. What if I just make this like a little smaller? So it goes down a little. Ooh, you can do some really advanced stuff with these stairs. That's so fun. I do think I want to keep it like pretty straight though. Something like this, yeah. Don't think I want it to slope down that much. I mean, I can make it a little lower, I guess. Like this. But then this also needs to be lower, which is a possibility. A little higher. Or, yeah, like this. And then I could just have a little dory. Oh, it doesn't want because of the roof. The roof is a door in the way. It's in the way of creating a door. So that's not fun. Okay, so I guess this building's gotta be moved up as much as I can. And then do I want... Ooh. A square door? Why not? That is fun. This is a fun little building, I'd say. Yes. There's an aqueduct running into the city. It is kind of crossing over the path, but I can change the path to run under it. It does kind of like put a sort of a divide in the city, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It also goes like almost perfectly across the city walls. Almost, I say. Almost. But like there is like a slight, if you look at it from this angle, there is an elevation change. It's maybe a little more than what it would be IRL, because the Romans really knew how to like make the elevation change as slight as possible so the water would keep running, but that like the overall, like if you would run a long distance, the overall like elevation change of how far it would go down would not be too immense. They were really masters at that craft. It's insane. But yeah. So now I have that, which is basically providing, I guess, the whole city with fresh water. Or like, I don't think everyone in the city, but the most important parts of the city. Because this was definitely probably built when the city was a lot smaller. And I think in the Middle Ages, the city probably grew. Just a hunch. But yeah, I gotta fix my posture. There were cables. Let me drink something. Because I haven't drunk this. And my mouth was getting kind of dry. Alright. Let's see. What now? Honestly, I think I'm kind of tired of Tiny Glade. I think, used up all my creative energy in my brain for today, but we can switch over to some simple SMP. And what we do in simple SMP, we can finish the planning for my zoo. I think that's a great idea.